Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe and I am a creator, writer and a musician. As you can tell by today's title, I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I mean, I say a little bit different. It's actually probably very different to what I usually do on here. I do actually do like writing and lifestyle videos. Today I am going to be sharing with you my whole video production process, everything from pre-production to post-production. If you didn't know, I am actually getting a lot more into editing and post-production side of things, and just I don't know what it is, but I really wanted to do this video to kind of share my process and just help anyone out there that kind of struggles. Obviously everyone has a process, but I feel like especially when it comes to beginners, it's really difficult to kind of know what to do. So I guess in a way this is just this could be classed as a guidance, but this is just my process, and I know everyone has their own process. Not everyone will have the same process, and not everyone has the same editing style, and I just feel like a lot of people will do things differently. There are some things that do stay the same, because obviously you've got, with the whole term production, you've got pre-production. Production is this kind of thing, filming, and then post-production. So I've basically just described to you my whole process in a nutshell, but I am going to go into a bit more detail with it. My very first process, because we are just going to get straight into this. Planning is key to a lot of different things, and you gotta be able, when you plan things do turn out to be a lot better. For me personally, everyone, well, other people might do this, but not in the same way that I do it. First step, or first part of my process is, part of the pre-production. So planning, and because I am doing 2 videos a week at the moment, it does require some planning. So I guess this is kind of the first step of my pre-production. The first step for me is a video schedule. This angle is kind of weird, but we're gonna work with it because this is the first, the very first step with everything. Obviously you gotta have some video ideas to be able to curate something like this, but this is kind of how I start out. To begin with, I just have the month up in the corner here, then I have down the side the days that my videos are going up, and I've just found that to be so much easier. I never used to do that before, but I've only kind of just started doing that. And then I will have the actual date in the next column, and then I will just have the title of the video, so it's the biggest column. What you're seeing at the moment is my July schedule, so this is how I kind of scheduled out July. Obviously I was at one point doing 3 videos a week, which is actually a lot. I mean, if you're a full-time YouTuber, then okay, I get doing I understand 3 videos a week, but because it's only part-time, for me it's just 3 videos is way too much. 2, even 1 a week is enough. This is how I lay out my video schedule. So I've got the title and everything, and then we move this way. We've got this block of green. I know for some people that it won't work. I know, because everyone has their own way of doing things. This kind of it's kind of like a tracking system as well as a schedule. So I've got all my video titles down the side, what I'm doing when, and then I will have this tracking system. So I've just got planned, filmed, imported, edited, exported, thumbnail, uploaded, cards, end screen, promotional planned, promotional posted, because yes, I do try to post promotionals on my Instagram, like when videos go live, but it doesn't always end up working. And so this is the first step of my process. I have to plan out what videos are going up when. This is the first step of the process: video schedule and then a tracking system, because I find that to be really helpful. As you can tell, I do like to color code, so I kind of use like a traffic light system. So I've got green for the things that are done, orange for the things that I've started on, and then the colour which is not on here is green. Green? Bloody hell, what am I on? The colour that is not on here is red, which is like stuff that has not been started or not done at all. And then obviously the second process is to actually plan out the video. So videos like this where I'm sat down talking, I do have to plan out so I know what I'm talking about. An example of this is actually this list here. This list that I'm going to be talking through is a part of the pre-production. It's planning out the actual content of the video and making sure I hit all of the right points. So that is what that's for. So it literally says planning what needs to be mentioned or talked about in the video. So there are 2 steps to the pre-production, obviously, like the schedule and the tracking system, and then the actual content planning of the videos. Then we get into the actual production, which I feel like for some people is probably their favourite part, but for me the post-production is the most exciting part. I mean, it's a given because you get to see the whole video like come together nicely, and you get to like polish it up and just make it better. The actual production phase or step, whatever you want to call it, so the filming, I guess that is kind of obvious, but like with that kind of step you do kind of need equipment for that. So I do have like a big tripod that I use for filming. I guess this is kind of like pre-production as well. This is, I guess, setting up, because you have to kind of set up before filming. So we're kind of still in the pre-production phase, but I set up my tripod because I've got a big one and I've then got a small one. Yes, it's a tripod. I use this for vlogs. So yes, that's actually something that I should probably mention. Main channel videos, I will obviously set up my tripod to film because I'm usually sat down, unless it's like a vlog style main channel video. So I will set up my tripod, and then the most important part of actually filming is what you film with. You can literally film with anything these days. You can film with your phone, iPad, I guess. So filming is, you know, you've obviously got to have something to film with. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it is, but I do actually film with a camera. I feel quite lucky to have a camera because I know not everyone has that advantage, and I use the Panasonic Lumix Leica DC TZ95, and I will try and maybe even leave a link to it down in the description. Like, I'll leave a link to like all of the equipment that I use. So I'll leave links to like my desktop and my camera and the small tripod, because the big tripod was a hand-me-down from my dad, so can't find that anywhere. I mean, you could find a tripod from literally anywhere. So the third step, post-production, once you've filmed the video and everything, you then kind of have to, I guess it kind of depends on what equipment you use, but because I use a camera, my post-production phase starts out with me actually importing footage from my camera onto my external hard drive. I never even thought about mentioning this before, but I do use an external hard drive for like all of my video files, that is where I will import all of my videos onto and organize everything on, because if I didn't have it, I feel like I probably would have lost everything by now. I just think that having an external hard drive is important if you're creating videos and you use a camera and a desktop if you're lucky enough. An external hard drive is definitely something that I recommend, because when you actually have video files, like a lot of video files, if you have a lot of like video files on your actual computer, I feel like they can make your computer run really slowly. Yeah, that's why I recommend having an external hard drive. So I will import everything onto that, and then comes the magic of the videos coming all together. I feel like post-production is the main phase, but then you gotta have a video to be able to edit, so I guess production is as well. But editing is where all of the magic happens. That is so true, like, because when you get like TV shows, and I guess mainly more films, because, you know, most of the time I feel like films and TV shows are usually they're not filmed chronologically, so, you know, editing is bringing all of that together, putting things in the right order, and just like if there's CGI, that is part of the editing process. I don't know what it is, I just feel very passionate about this, probably because I do want to go into this industry. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the editing phase, but like I said, it's where all the magic happens. Everything just comes together really well, and I feel like that's all I can really say about the editing process. For editing, I use software on my computer called Lightworks. It is free. I know you can pay for it, but I've never had to pay for it. You literally just need to renew your subscription every week, which doesn't get annoying, because when you think about it, because I'm editing so much, I don't really have to think about that, and it's easy to sign back in. You literally just have to sign in. I use Lightworks for editing, and when it comes to editing, there are a load of different ways you can edit. People edit in so many different ways. Like I've said before, everyone has their own editing style. Some people can be a bit more chilled and laid back with it, and then there are people like me that likes things to be like extra polished, extra clean. All of those ums and ahs and ands and sometimes buts get cut out, so everything becomes a bit more condensed. So when it comes to editing, like actually editing videos, I will usually start with the B-roll, specifically like time lapses, because I do the time lapse after filming, so I don't kind of like set my camera up on a time lapse. I just speed up the clip in Lightworks instead of like doing it through my camera, because I don't know how to do that. Shows how technologically advanced I am. But yes, I will edit the time lapses first, and any moments in them that I want to cut out, I will do that kind of like once I've sped up the clip, and then I will do any of the other B-roll as well at the same time. And then once that is all done, I will then go in and edit all of like the talking clips. That's only for like vlogs, I guess, and videos that require like time lapses and like B-roll. But then when it comes to main channel videos, they are slightly different, because with main channel videos, the first step for me is to actually edit the audio. I will basically just go into the audio, like the audio interface, is that what you would call it? Because there are like 4 different parts of Lightworks. You've got the log where you like import all of your content. You've then got, what is it, the editing like interface, you've then got the the video effects interface, and then you've got audio. So I will go into the audio interface and I will actually apply a loudness curve to my voice, which is why it might sound a little bit different in my vlogs, because, you know, obviously I edit the audio, so it sounds better. And then, so that's main channel videos, and I will then go ahead and edit all of the actual main clip. If I need to put text into, well, this applies to both main channel videos and vlogs, but if I need to add in any text, I will do that as I go along. I know some people like to do like different rounds of editing where they will just edit through the whole entire video first and then go back through and add the text, but I do everything kind of at the same time. So I will go through the video, and if there's any text that I know needs to be added, I will add it right then. And then kind of like once I have fully edited a video, so say vlogs for example, because they will usually have b-roll in, I will then go ahead, well, I guess this kind of applies to both videos, but I will then go ahead and add the intro and the outro screen. So, you know, where my intro is and my outro, I add that in after fully editing like the main clip. Once I've done that, I will then go in and add any audio, and then I can also change the levels of the audio in the audio interface if I need to. Most of the time I will have to turn it down, you know, to make sure it doesn't peak, because I don't want to be blasting anyone's eardrums, so I have to be careful with audio levels. I have to check that they're at an okay level, and I have to kind of have it so if there is audio over me speaking, I will have to lower the level of the music to fit nicely over my voice. And I think it does help that I did do I've been doing music for the last 2 years, so I kind of know how to mix vocals and music together. I just think that comes naturally to me. I know for some people it doesn't. Like, I have seen way too many times in many people's videos, I've seen way too many times people making the audio way too loud. They haven't checked if their audio is peaking or not, and so I hate to say it, but I feel like sometimes audio, like if you're adding music to your videos, I feel like sometimes it can kind of destroy it depending on the levels that you have it at. You just have to be careful with music. But I feel like it also just depends on the editing software you use. Because I use Lightworks, I am able to change the audio levels, but other people might not have that advantage. Yeah, that is probably just something that I'm quite lucky about. I just think that when you're adding audio to over an actual talking voice, you just have to like be careful. You usually want it a bit lower than you actually think you need it. Maybe I'll do like a whole video on like adding audio and music to videos. Obviously I feel like I do have an advantage because I use Lightworks, but I do feel like other people should be able to use it too, depending on the software that you use. But let me know if you'd be interested in a video like that, just, you know, adding music to videos. And then once I have like adjusted all of the audio levels and everything, and you know, I will watch it back to see kind of like how it sounds all together. You know, I have to make sure that it sounds okay before moving on, because you don't want to accidentally mess up the audio levels and then not realise it, and then go to export your video only to realise you made that mistake and have to re-edit that and export again. You want to make sure your audio levels are okay. And then once my entire video is done, because I feel like this has kind of turned into a guide on how to edit your videos. That is not what I'm trying to do. I'm literally just trying to explain my process, and not doing a very good job of it. But then once I have edited the whole video and I've got everything that I need in it, I can then export. Right, so I feel like I've been talking about editing for way too long, and to be honest, I probably have. So after editing and exporting my video, it applies to both main channel and vlogs. Once I've done that, because I don't like to use my computer for anything else when the video is actually exporting. I don't want to interrupt it, I don't want to make the computer crash, and so I just kind of leave it and do something else while it exports. But because I now have like a new computer, I will not leave my room with it exporting. I mean, unless it's to get like a drink or lunch, I guess, like food. But I won't leave the house with a video exporting now. And so then once I have edited, we are just gonna try and get through the next points quite quickly. Once I've edited a video, I then go ahead and create the thumbnail for the video. Bearing in mind I do this after the video has exported, because I do with my vlogs, I will have to actually go into Lightworks and get the screenshots, because I need 4 pictures for my vlog thumbnails. I go into Lightworks and get those screenshots of what I want for the thumbnail, and then once I've done that, I actually use an online service which is called iPicky, which I'm going to leave linked down in the description. I use that to create my thumbnails. I've obviously got my template that's pre-made, and so I will start with that, that template, and I will have the 4 images in the 4 different corners, and then just slap on the red to black gradient box with the a white outline usually, and then some text. Or if it's a main channel video, I will just use one picture, and I will actually take the picture on my camera because it's a lot better quality than screenshots. It just comes up a lot more clearer on the thumbnails when I'm using just the one picture. And then I will just have the text above the picture because I don't make it all the way to the end of the template. And then once I've done the thumbnail, or I actually usually do this while I'm creating the thumbnail, but I will actually upload the video onto YouTube and have that upload while I create the thumbnail, just because that's usually a lot easier. And I think that's kind of pretty much all, because we're almost towards the end of the process. Then once the thumbnail's done, I will add that, and then I will just kind of set everything for the video. So things like scheduling the video, I will do that. That usually doesn't take very long. I don't know how long it actually takes. I've never actually measured that. It doesn't take long. Probably doesn't take any longer than half an hour to do. Then once all of that is done, going by my tracking system, which you've already seen, which you saw at the beginning of the video, I then pretty much I do this sometimes. I'm just going to say that now, but I will actually take a picture of what I want, take a picture for the promotional. I will then edit the picture, and I then actually use an app called Preview on my phone to plan out the caption for the picture to post on Instagram when the video goes live. So I will schedule that as well, and then that is pretty much it. My video then goes live when it's scheduled to, and I will post the promotional, keyword being sometimes. I've been really bad with that recently, but I do need to get back into it. If you enjoyed hearing about my process on video production and all things production wise, there is no other word, There are no other words for it. That is my whole process. I would love to know what you would class as your editing style. Like, how do you edit? Do you do multiple rounds, or do you just edit through the one time? Do you edit B-roll first? Do you edit the talking clips first? How do you edit? That's my question. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified every single time I upload. All of my social media links will be linked down in the description for you to check out, along with all of the equipment that I've talked about in this video. And also let me know how you plan out your videos and your video schedule, if you have a video schedule or if you just go with the flow. Are you the type of person that just you have to be organized and you like have to know what video is going up when? That is going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next